now we've covered the Violator, right? We've covered the Violator, and we found out the Violator's mom was like, I need to birth some babies. I need to birth some babies. And then the guy that was super jealous of all of the great philosophers like Plato and all these other guys, and just wanted to be the next great deal. He was like, yeah, dude, I summoned this demon. Now she's giving birth onto my lap, and a bunch of babies popped out. That is what I know about the Phlebiac brothers, but we are going to jump into the Phlebiac brothers' origin, Spawn's most terrifying villains who rule the 8th circle of hell. By the way, has anybody here actually read Dante's Inferno and like the 9 circles of hell? Because if you haven't, or like go watch the Wendigoon video on it where he breaks down the whole story, or read it yourself. It is the funniest thing you will ever deal with. The dude literally walks up to somebody who's just getting melted alive in a coffin. He's like, and the dude's like, well, how's my son? How's my son? And the dude's like, who's winning the election in Florence? Let's get right into it, boys and girls.
Today, we dive into the hell of Image Comics. The publishing house has been a creative hub and source of some of the most striking comic storylines. Several creators who initially worked for other major companies like Marvel and DC broke off and started Image Comics. Here, they explored their characters with complete liberty, without being confined by the worry of copyrights. One of these stories is Spawn, which was created by Todd McFarlane in 1992. Here began the unraveling of the story that followed the impish, demonic Phlebiac brothers. In this marvelous video, we will talk about their enigmatic origins and their dramatic rivalry as brothers. Why is each brother named what he is? Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you.
Do this for me, guys! I need to be the absolute god giggity schmoodle man, and the only way I can assume to power, is if you all listen to me, you little plebes, you little ants upon my shoe step, and like and subscribe for daddy.
Let's begin. The enigmatic origins and supernatural prowess of the Phlebiac brothers. The Phlebiac brothers were brought into prominence by Malbolgia, the most powerful ruler of hell. He reigned unchallenged in the 8th circle of hell. Phlebiac brothers. Those are agents of chaos with the following names: Violator, Vindicator, Vandalizer, Vaporizer, and Vacillator. And
dude, what? They just all needed to have the same, the same first letter? I guess it makes it easier, like Violator, Vindicator, Vaporoil, Vaporware, and then the Gay Lord. He's just over here like, I'm gay! And they're like, yeah, no, we know, dude. No, but I'm like really fucking gay. And you're like, yeah, no, I get it, dude. But no, gay.
Comic miniseries titled Violator. The first issue follows the story of Violator, the oldest of the brothers, and the events that follow his exile from hell. Originally, Violator was responsible for training the newest Hellspawn, Al Simmons, as ordered by Malbolgia. Al Simmons, who went on to become Spawn, was a government assassin who was murdered. After his death, he made a deal with Malbolgia. Simmons agreed to become
Boobies! We got boobies! We got a booby drop!
Malbolgia's Hellspawn, which meant being infused by the dark energy of necroplasm, and essentially becoming a soldier part of Hell's armies. The Phlebiac brothers fit into the larger Spawn universe, but the story that explored their personalities most was the Violator miniseries. So, Violator, stuck on Earth with his powers taken away, was being pursued by the mob. While Violator had his powers taken away, his methods remained just as violent. His brother watched from through the Blood Oracle, which used the split blood of innocents trapped in hell primarily for their viewing purposes, while the 4 Phlebiac brothers watched—
No way, dude. So, you look at all these naked people in the cage right here, bro. All these naked people are just innocent people that have been like kidnapped and thrown into hell. And then what they do is they like take them like a washcloth and then just smash them onto the ground, and they're like, show me the Violator. And then the Violator's like, I'm just ripping people's heads off. Look at me, I'm John Leguizamo. Have you seen me in the famous movie The Super Mario Brothers? And he just squeegeeing him like a squeegee rag, and like, needs another innocent. Show me Violator again. And he's just jerking off.
Watch their 5th brother's misadventures. They had to keep refilling the Blood Oracle as different blood types affected its clarity. The mafia boss in New York City hired the deranged mercenary, named the Admonisher. Admonisher set off in search of Violator. They decided to split a dipstick, which was their equivalent of a coin toss. This involved Gorley splitting a trapped innocent in two as they landed on heads, which meant they wished to kill their disgraceful brother themselves.
Bro, instead of flipping, they basically did that turkey bone thing, the wishbone thing, but with a person, bro. This is sick.
Violator's demonic brother showed up at the location where he fought Admonisher. They settled on the decision to kill their brother themselves, as they couldn't let a human mercenary do so. Vandalizer took it upon himself to beat up Violator. Then, the four brothers turned towards the Admonisher, who put up a brave fight against the beast from hell. In a series of scenes, while his brothers fought the mercenary, Violator reflected back on his life till this point. This is where we are told of the creation of the Phlebiac brothers. The year was 1589. In a series of horribly twisted affairs, the famed mathematician and astronomer Dr. John Dee created the abomination who was the fiend from hell.
Dude, their mom is literally called the fiend from hell. Talk about your mom being a bitch. His mom's she's a big fat bitch. She's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. She's a stupid bitch.
Sired the Phlebiac brothers. John Dee described the demon he conjured as the phlebotin spirit of the upper airs. The demon was insatiably bloodthirsty and lustful. John Dee offered him his own wife, who would become Violator's mother. It was revealed that the mothers of all five...
I got it backwards. See, in the last time I watched this, I thought the mother was the demon that they summoned and created. I didn't realize that he was just like, here's my wife, dude. Yeah, dude, if you want to like lay some pipe in her pussy, I know Plato's a bitch and he probably wouldn't let you do that, but my wife's pussy is for rent. You can just slop tap that thing all the way up. You want to give birth to a bunch of demon monster creatures? Have at it, bro. Yeah, she's gonna be the Octomom, but what is it called? Like a fifth tuplet mom.
Brothers did not survive childbirth. Violator also revisited his hatred and rage towards his father. He was mistreated, as his brothers were given priority over him. This led Violator wanting to kill his own father, which he did. After slaughtering his father, Violator, being the eldest, became the head of his family. The Phlebiac brothers were put in charge of the 8th level of the Afterworld by Malbolgia. We are told that Violator begrudged his brothers deeply for their ungratefulness. He taught them everything they knew, yet they still chose to write him off as dishonorable. During Violator's contemplation, the other brothers were being thrashed by Admonisher until Vaporizer swallowed the mere whole. This didn't last long, as Admonisher tore through the demon's stomach and started fighting them once more. Violator sneaked off.
Dude, this Admonisher guy's a freaking savage, dude. Admonisher's a savage. Like, their Spawn's badass. Everybody knows Spawn's the coolest. Spawn is fucking top tier. But whoever this Admonisher guy is, he's just a normal broski. He's basically just like, yeah, dude, if you want me to kill a bunch of demons, fucking, what was I doing? I was just gonna go to the bar, have a couple of PBRs, but I'll happily climb into a demon's mouth and out of their fucking rectum any day you need me to. Admonisher is a G. We all know that, like, Spawn's top tier, but right under that tier is Admonisher.
Often pleaded for help from his arch-nemesis Spawn. The devil then falsely lured the Hellspawn into giving him his powers. Violator was imbued with Spawn's energy, which allowed him to revert from his clown form to his proper demonic form. Powered up with his full energy, Violator confronted his brother, Vindicator, and lovingly tore his head off. The Phlebiac brothers hastily opened...
Stupid little bitch, bro. I told you everything you know. Everything you have is because of me. Ah, dude, this is great.
Up their Hellgate and began running in the opposite direction of the Admonisher. Meanwhile, the Mafia boss forced one of his goons to disguise himself as Violator's clown human form. The brothers assumed this to be Violator and dragged him back to hell through their Hellgate. Violator's plan to stay on Earth worked out after all. A closer look at each Phlebiac brothers. Let's take a detailed look at each Phlebiac brother. As agents of chaos and destruction, the Phlebiac brothers were hired by the ruler of the...
These designs are sick as fuck, too, by the way. These are amazing. They all are just so distinct. You got the Fly over here, Jeff Goldblum. I don't know, Xylophone Head, the Centipede, and then Grouchy Pug Dog.
Plane to train the Hellspawn. Each Phlebiac brother was given a specific role by Malbolgia. They possess unique sets of abilities and distinctive personalities, which make them a dynamic group. Their names also coincide with their personalities. Violator, Starting off with the eldest, Violator was born to Mrs. D, John D's wife, who was offered to the spirit of heirs as part of his occult ritual. We've already spoken about how Violator hated his father and eventually killed him. The reason Violator is named is because he thoroughly relishes killing people and violating the laws of nature by torturing his victims towards gruesome deaths. Violator took up the alias of the Clown, which allowed him to walk Earth without sticking out like a sore thumb. Violator was also made the chief lieutenant of the 8th Circle of Hell. Malbolgia had put Violator in charge of training his newest Hellspawn, Al Simmons. All Hellspawn are purely made out of an otherworldly substance known as necroplasm. Violator was made responsible for exhausting Al Simmons' necroplasm so he would return to Hell and get conscripted. However, Violator grew tired of this role and violated the rules by trying to kill Al Simmons. He also went on a rampage, which adversely decreased the crime rates of the Mafia. Violator was defeated by Al Simmons, aka Spawn, and severely punished by Malbolgia for defying orders. Malbolgia forced Violator to remain in his human clown form and took away his supernatural prowess. Hence, Violator was left momentarily mortal and vulnerable. Violator tricked Spawn into helping him restore his powers back, and he continued lurking around in New York City. Violator wanted to prove his abilities to Malbolgia and stand next to the ruler during Armageddon, the ultimate battle between good.
Dude, I do like that there was a time where Spawn could have just killed him and had been all the way done with this whole bullshit. And he was like, nah, dude, I'll just give you your powers back, bro. Dude, the shit's in the past. We had our problems, but now you need your powers to defeat your brothers. Here's some powers. This won't bite me in the ass anytime soon.
Good and evil. Even after Malbolgia's death, Violator and Spawn battled to take over the throne. Violator gathered an army of clowns to trap Spawn, but the Hellspawn managed to free himself in the end. Moving on to talk a little bit about his powers and abilities, along with his superhuman attributes of enhanced strength, endurance, and durability. Violator also possesses the skills of flame breath, necroplasm magic, necromancy, shapeshifting, telepathy, and teleportation. He is also capable of
Dude, this video goes into the Violator more than their Violator video did. So the Violator video I watched in the past that I was supposed to get the good lore of the Violator didn't go as deep of detail as this video is going, which is insane to me. You had like a 10-minute video where you go into the depths of who the Violator is, and now I'm learning more about the fucking Violator in a video where he's just a small portion of it.
Fast healing and can recover pretty quickly from getting his brains blown out. Vindicator. Vindicator is the assigned taskmaster of the 8th Circle and the second Phlebiac brother. In appearance, he is shown to have a slim physique with greenish-gray skin. He has crimson-red eyes, bushy eyebrows, and a large horn sticking out of his back. As taskmaster, Vindicator was made responsible for scouting out potential hellspawns that reside in Hell. Vindicator was involved in the trial of the criminal, Billy Kincaid, who was guilty of killing several children. Kincaid was eventually caught and killed by Spawn, and when he woke up in Hell, he was met with a Vindicator. Vindicator grotesquely disguised himself as a child and gave Kincaid a tour of Hell. He then conscripted the child killer to Hell's army under Malbolgia's rule. When the 4 Phlebiac...
Okay, that's kind of sick. See, knowing this pre-context, before I kind of poo-pooed a little bit on this, but knowing a lot of this pre-context behind these brothers and showing like how when Kincaid, the awful Jabba the Kid diddler, shows up into Hell, he's then like choking a kid and it turns out to be Vindicator. Dude, this is sick.
Brothers agreed to help their 5th brother on Earth. Vindicator got his brain shot out of his skull by the Admonisher, but survived thanks to his Phlebiac physiology. Vindicator then proceeded to cast a spell known as the Sphere of Nacreous Containment, which created a magical dome over 2 city blocks. This was to ensure that no one else disrupted their mission. Vindicator was the one who made the portal for the Phlebiac brothers to escape back to Hell. One can say that he is the wizard of the group as well, even though they'd never admit it. The brothers...
You're a wizard, Vindicator. You're a wizard, Vindicator. Please get us back to Hell, young lad.
Got the beating of their lifetime at the hands of the human mercenary, Admonisher, in an alternate version
By the way, Ultimate Giga Chad Admonisher. I know I've already said he's the Ultimate Giga Chad, but the dude's a fucking badass.
The storyline of Spawn ruling over Earth. Vindicator is part of the New York police force alongside his brothers. Talking about his personality, Vindicator has been described as the savior and the jokester. He saved Kincaid from a worse fate in Hell, and he also voted to save his brother Violator on Earth. Vindicator is the one who cracks sarcastic jokes, more so in tense moments. In terms of abilities, Vindicator possesses the same powers as his brother Violator. Vaporizer. Vaporizer is the biggest brother in relation to size. In appearance, this demon can be identified with his grayish lavender tinted skin and his 6 spider-like emerald eyes. He has 2 horns on his face and 2 on his back. Overall, Vaporizer is built very similarly to arachnids. Though he is the largest, he certainly isn't the strongest. In fact, Vaporizer is the Phlebiac brother who has no brain, while the other brothers...
Dude, I was thinking it, dude. I was thinking he's gonna be the big fucking dummy, dude. He's gonna be the big fucking, like, idiot retard brother. He's like the Mungo. He's Mungo the doofus brother. I'm an angry, stupid monster.
Prefer to kick around their victims for sport before eventually killing them. Vaporizer is straightforward and puts his victims out of their misery quickly. In the Violator miniseries, the Phlebiac brothers found Admonisher to be quite the troublesome foe who wouldn't give up. In a bid to get rid of him, Vaporizer pulled his classic move and swallowed the mercenary whole. However, after a while, the demon began to look a little pink around the gills, just as the Admonisher burst from his stomach, covered in Vaporizer's insides. As the fight progressed, Vandalizer taunted Vaporizer for being a wussy and ordered his brother to jump on Admonisher till he was dead. The half-wit demon forgot he was too heavy, and as he jumped, Vaporizer took down his brothers with him, as they fell through the floor level they were on. But hey, at least they remembered their basic demon safety training of trying to land on a baby carriage. Vaporizer's dimness isn't his fault, and it couldn't have been easy constantly being called a nitwit, halfwit, or moron by your brother. That being said, Vaporizer makes up most of the muscle of the Phlebiac brothers. Near the end of issue number 3, Vaporizer grabbed the Mafia goon, which he thought to be Violator in his human form, and ran through the Hellgate back to hell. Vandalizer. Vandalizer is the self-proclaimed leader of the Phlebiac brothers group. He is usually seen dominating or bossing around the other brothers. In appearance, Vandalizer is a monstrosity.
Dude, Vandalizer has the coolest design. The angry pug monster. He's like all hairy and angry, and it's awesome. He's amazing. I love his design.
Look upon. He's got greenish-brown skin and eerie red eyes. He also has rows of jagged teeth and is the most muscular of the bunch. Vandalizer's main personality trait is loathing his brother, Violator. Vandalizer is envious of his older brother and always attempts to usurp his position as the strongest Phlebiac brothers. Vandalizer's name came from the fact that he likes to charge towards his foes and use his physical strength to vandalize his enemies. When the 4 brothers decided to visit Violator on Earth, Vandalizer voted in favor of killing him instead. Vandalizer confronted Violator and instantly began beating him up, taking advantage of his brother's powerlessness. Vandalizer claimed that Violator is a disgrace and dishonor to the Phlebiac family name. He also pointed out that real men, demons most likely, don't wear flesh, referring to Violator's pathetic disguise. While kicking his brother's butt, Vandalizer reminisced about the time they used to play as little murderlings. Vandalizer, Vaporizer, and Vindicator would play a sport called head baseball, until Violator would come along and either eat the head or kick it out of reach. To remind Violator of this memory, Vandalizer picked his brother up and kicked him.
Bro, he's like, remember when you used to ruin all of our games? We used to just romp and play in the world of the hellscape. We'd play head baseball, and then you'd eat the fucking head, dog. Well, we can't have anything nice because you're like, I'm gonna kick it out of the fucking field because you're a little prick. You're a douchebag. And again, why Spawn gave him back his powers makes no sense.
Across the room as he would a ball. During their fight with Admonisher, Vandalizer constantly retorted about how his brothers couldn't do anything right, but he was never seen engaging in the fight either. Amidst the dragged-out fight, Vandalizer announced that he would go ahead and kill their lard-ass of a brother, only to realize that Violator had restored his powers. In his full strength, Violator remained superior in physical prowess as he started out with biting his brother's hand off. Violator proceeded to annihilate his brother as he tore Vandalizer's head off and repeatedly smashed it on the ground.
Dude, he pulls his head off, drinks the blood. He's like, yeah, what do you think about head soccer now, you little bitch boy?
That was perhaps years of brewing resentment, which found an outlet. Vacillator. Vacillator is the runt of the group.
Dude, Vacillator, he's also the one that gets just raw dogged the most. You'd think because his name's Vacillator, they'd use Vaseline on him? No, raw dog power.
In appearance, Vacillator is the smallest in size. He's got a slender frame like Vindicator and pink skin. He has only one red eye, which is fragmented, and an extended maw with rows of sharp fangs. His name insinuates that Vacillator constantly vacillates between decisions. He was highly indecisive, even in the Violator miniseries. Vacillator couldn't decide for his life what could be the best approach to deal with their brother Violator. Even while fighting off the Admonisher, Vacillator first suggested a frontal attack, but then saw the pros of creeping up on the mercenary. While the Phlebiac brothers ran for the Hellgate, Vacillator pointed out that they didn't lose track of where Admonisher was. Instead, they were intentionally running in the opposite direction to escape him. Vacillator's indecisiveness and, well, vacillating annoys Vaporizer the most, who is always telling him to shut up. Being the smallest, Vacillator seems very insecure and unsure of himself, which makes him incapable of sticking to his decision and thinking it's the right call. Marvelous version.
So he's an annoying, whiny little pussy. That's all I'm getting from Vacillator. Vacillator is the stupid, fucking annoying bitch of the group.
So there we have the origins of the Demon Fiends, the Phlebiac brothers. The dynamics within their brotherhood feel very complex and heavy with unsaid resentment. We've come to know for a fact that Violator has always felt alienated from his own brothers and father. As terrible as he is, does he really deserve to feel that way? Throughout the Violator miniseries, we also get glimpses of how their childhood was growing up under their father's heirs' eye. Regardless of their sibling rivalry with one another, the Phlebiac brothers have a familiar foe, Spawn. He was the reason why we even know of the Phlebiac brothers today. In the end, we really hope that the Guardians of the 8th Circle of Hell find some peace amongst themselves. And if you liked our content, don't forget...
Dude, I don't hope they find peace. I hope they're all destroyed by Spawn. I hope they're all obliterated, turned into little mushes on the ground, so that, like, another little small demon, it's not even a Phlebiac brother, it's just, like, some small demon just comes along, just... and eats them all up, dude. Eats them, just sucks them down dry. That's what I want to have happen to them because they suck. Dude, they need to send Admonisher to hell to just clean up their stupidity because he seems like he has his shit together way better than anybody else in this miniseries.
Get to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.
But yeah, guys, like and subscribe my channel. Let's blow this up, dude. I like the sucky ducky and blowy wowy, and I just kill it, dude. I'm here to kill it. I'm here to be the little god boy. And we'll keep going into Spawn lore, dude. I'm having so much fun with Spawn lore, and I just want to keep going down these long rabbit holes because they're awesome. These are awesome rabbit holes, and I think Spawn's one of my favorite characters. And let me know in the comments who else you want to see me do on this channel. What are some other characters that you think need some lore dives?